The story of Rainbow involves four children who take a magical ride in a rainbow. One of the children foolishly steals some of the rainbow's gold with disastrous results. The color of the world begins to fade and distort, threatening all life on Earth, and only the children themselves can save it. To bring this remarkable story to the silver screen, director Bob Hoskins turned to the Sony Pictures High Definition Center. The magic begins here. On the set, shooting with the HTC 500 high definition video camera. One of the most difficult challenges in traditional film production is creating successful, believable green screen effects. Using only a light meter to guide the way, a cinematographer must read light measurement throughout the scene to ensure that the green screen and the foreground actors are properly lit, so that the shot will be usable when the time comes to composite a background plate in editing. With high-definition cinematography, the DP is aided by a high-definition monitor that allows him to see exactly how the shot will look when it is recorded to tape. This permits him to set up the shot much more quickly and much more accurately than if he were shooting in film. Probably the most challenging aspect of Rainbow was the depiction of the children's ride through the magical rainbow itself. To fulfill director Bob Hoskins' vision of this incredible journey, several obstacles had to be overcome. First, we had to create the illusion that the children were flying. Second, Hoskins' imagined rainbow interior had to be brought to life. And finally, the effects of the children's presence in the rainbow had to be depicted. This shot is an accumulation of many layers of images created and modified on the set, in the edit bay, and in the SGI workstations. When shooting is complete, a mat is pulled and manipulated in the edit bay. These initial manipulations are all performed in real time and may include slowdowns or speedups, movement of the image in 2 or 3 dimensions within the frame to simulate camera moves, color correction, and matte generation. The key to the computer visual effects work done in Rainbow is the ease with which images can be transferred between the edit bay and SGI workstations. The center's 2 recognition concept disk arrays, which are together capable of storing more than 20 minutes of high-definition video, provide the crucial bridge between the edit bay and the computers. Because we can transfer video digitally between the HD 1000 VTRs and RCI HD disk arrays, no information is lost in the transfer from camera master to computer-readable format. One of the challenges facing our effects team was that of manufacturing realistic-looking particles that would exist in the rainbow and pass over and around the children during their voyage. There were no off-the-shelf software packages capable of producing the particles with the kind of texture Hoskins had envisioned for the interior of his rainbow. One solution was to render each particle as a light using a 3D animation package. Unfortunately, this resulted in render times as long as 20 minutes for 10 lights per frame. Since we required thousands of lights, a better solution was to render several sequences of small frames with just 1 light in each, then resizing and randomly placing these images throughout the high-definition frame. Custom software was written not only to draw the particles in random location, but also to blend colors and move them, with the option of avoiding objects in the matte images. The matte sequences were also used in conjunction with another piece of custom software that created the glowing color trails around the children during the rainbow ride. After the gold is stolen from the rainbow, the color of the world begins to drain away. To create these effects, we utilized Digital Vision's high-definition color corrector to reassign color hue values and chroma in real time. Desaturation and color reassignment is nothing new to broadcast video, but for film resolution work, it has previously been done only with computers, requiring lengthy rendering times. In addition, the choices made could only be seen after the image was processed. With the Digital Vision color corrector, the production designer was able to make and view changes in real time. Another application of the Digital Vision color corrector was to time the entire film in the digital domain. In the film lab, color correction is achieved with electromechanical light valves which control the red, green, and blue lights used to expose the film. Digital Vision's 10-bit resolution color corrector has 20 to 30 times the resolution of the light valves used in the film lab. This means that when the high-definition master is transferred to film, only a one light is created, since it has already been timed. The only film color corrections necessary are to account for the slight differences in film processing. Before the completed videotape can be transferred to film, there is one last obstacle to overcome: how to take 60 field per second video and transfer it to 24 frame per second film. Previously, every fifth field of the video would be dropped in the conversion, but this resulted in motion judder. At present, though not completely ideal, we mix fields with appropriate percentages of information, which smooths the image when projected at 24 frames per second. Before we lay the image to tape, we must convert the image to PAL in order to identify any problems in this conversion, such as motion blurring and mixed fields at cut points, which require further image processing. The 24-frame HD video is converted to film using Sony's Electron Beam Recorder. The electron beam writes to a black and white emulsion, creating sequential color separations which are subsequently printed through a sequential color filter to produce a color negative which can create interpositive and printing negatives. And that's the story of how Rainbow was brought to life by the Sony High Definition Video System. The magic behind the magic of Rainbow.